Another pinch pot video here. This one is going to be much less of a bowl and sort of a much flatter shape, more like a elongated tray almost. But I wanted to point out that not all pinch pots need to be round bowl-like things. So I'm going to start, I had my ball of clay. I'm going to start by kind of compressing this more with the, squeezing it in my hand. Get it a little thinner, longer. It's still round, but I'm going to change that shape by flattening off the sides, pulling it a little bit. I'm going to even try to make it more rectangular and less square-like. Be easy to make it more square. So I'm pulling this out, pulling it out, making it a little more rectangular. What I want to be careful of is when I'm tapping this down, I'm making this part wider. So I want to distribute that extra clay out along the length so it doesn't get too thick in one spot. And that's probably good. Smooth it off, and you can make it as angular as you like. You can try to make it really squared off with very 90-degree angles. Again, redistributing the thicker parts. And then the pinch pot part comes by really, I'm going to keep it on the table instead of holding it so it stays flat on the bottom. But pinching, as in pinching out the center, try not to make some shadows there. And bringing the sides up, pushing against my hand. So the sides are getting bigger, kind of defining that inside. And then I can go along and squeeze or pinch between my thumb and finger. I'm going to do the two long sides first. And bringing up the side and this end. Really, I'm trying to get kind of a little bit underneath there as I'm doing it and squeezing the side up, trying to make the rim as even as possible. I can go back and work on that more later if that's important to me, to have the top very much even. Trying to get the same thickness all the way around, just like a bowl pinch pot that I would do. Oops, there goes an air bubble I just popped. It's getting a little taller, you can see on the side there. And it's fairly even, the thickness all the way around. Get right in the corner there. And if you want this to have really angular corners, you could go in there with a tool. What do I have? Let's see. That's not really a 90-degree angle or anything, but it would, just getting that dirty clay off there. It would help me. I'm going to support it, and I can kind of push the clay right into the corner there if I want to have that deep corner very much defined. Can even go along the edge here to help get that sort of more angular corner down in the bottom. Don't really want to be taking the clay off. There's a little bit gets caught, but I don't want to be carving it out. Not that that's not, you could also just take a block of clay and carve it out, but then you have a lot more waste. Kind of pinch the corners if you want to get them very angular. So nobody ever said a pinch pot needed to be round. And I can continue to smooth that up. Here's one I made earlier that was an oval that I did as a regular pinch pot, but once I got it started, I kind of just pulled and smoothed that out between my thumb and finger on either side, stretched the clay out that way, and then thinned the sides up to match and kind of worked the clay over to the side. You could also make a little heart shape again by starting with a circle and just kind of shaping the flattened part first, like I did with this one, and then pinching it to make the shape. And continue cleaning that up a little bit, and I'll take a picture when it's all finished.